So off the dribble, I'm confused. I'm jumping to conclusions. I'm trying to, like, soon as I see that it ain't where I left it, I come out the bushes. I'm looking around because when something like this happen, you automatically start, as I said, jumping to conclusions and trying to figure out, dang, who been watching me? Who been plotting to move on my move? You know what I mean? So I'm looking around the parking lot, maybe trying to see who could have seen me, trying to see if of course I can't see nothing, man. I'm getting like, and the whole time I'm getting upset. I'm like, dang, man, did somebody in Taco Bell coming back door? Did they come and take the money that I just took? I can't understand it, right? I'm going through it right here outside of Taco Bell. I'm walking around. As I'm walking around, my ride pull up. When my ride pull up, she like, what's going on? I'm like, I can't believe it. I'm walking around. I'm like, hold on a minute. I walk back over to the bushes. Of course, I got to check it one more time just for, you know what I mean? I walk back over to the bushes. I stick my head in there. I'm looking around. And I'm talking about, man, just a small glimmer of hope. I saw just a little bit of piece of that white and taco, and I see it and I look, and it could have been it. That's it. I go to a different part of the bushes. I don't know how it got in here. Maybe it's just a miscalculation. I don't know, because it don't feel like this where I put it. But I go over to where it said, I reach down in there, I could feel it, that big old swole bag. And jackpot, I got him. I take the bag, put it under my shirt. I go run, jump in the car. I'm like, let's roll. Of course, when I get in the car, excited, and I'm like, let's roll. She looking at me, she like, what that is? She driving off at the same time, but what that is? Don't worry about it, man. Just go on drive. While she driving, we driving. We get to a light. I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm opening the bag. As we get to the light, I open the bag up in my lap. It's a Taco Bell bag, I'm talking about, full of bills, none less than a 20. I maybe got 150, a whole bunch of 20s, and a couple hundreds. I'm talking about big old bag, right? She in the driver's seat like that. How you get that? Where you get that from? I'm like, man, it's a long story, man. It's over with. I'm finna go handle that. Then I'm finna go, what you said you needed? You need money for what now? There you go. I'm finna go handle this, handle that. So I'm like, cool. What ended up happening is, like I said, it was my plan to quit anyway. That was supposed to be my last night. But what happened is, the next day, I think I just called and maybe checked to see if I was on the schedule or something, man. And I was on the schedule. So being that on the schedule, I'm like, shit, I'm gonna go on to work. You know what I mean? I went on to work. I worked. I did this about, let me see. Wait a minute. Before I went on to work, and the general manager come in. Not the general manager. The GM was CC. This whoever oversees CC. She CC boss, so she just in and out like regional manager or some. You know how they do it. So she come in the next day, and she like, when she come in the next day, this is the very next day after I did what I did. When she come in the next day, she doing her own investigation. She asking me questions like, what time did you clock in? How many orders do you think you took? Has this ever happened before? She doing her own little investigation, right? It really done irritated me because we done already did an investigation with the police, and they deemed it what it is. You know what I'm saying? So this stuff that she doing really here just kind of irritating. She marching back and forth across the store, pausing people on doing this, pausing people on doing that. Everybody just kind of looking at her like she crazy. And reason being is she marching back and forth like we done robbed Fort Knox, or like we done threatened the president or something. You know, for the most part, we looking like, man, you don't go sit your ass down. These folks getting us $7.25 per hour. Man, I ain't finna answer no question on good. I'm glad somebody got them. Nah, y'all missing somebody. So that was the attitude. Everybody kind of just looking at her like, man, you're doing way too much. She come get me with the notepad. Her and CC, they talking about, they need to have a talk with me right quick. I'm like, what's up? Tell me how much was missing. She like, yeah, this amount was missing, and we don't know where it come from, but your name was on the drawer, so it's gonna have to be taken out of your check. I'm like, huh? Again, fight to the end, never confess. I'm like, how it gonna be taken out of my check? She like, well, it was your name on the drawer. I said, yes, I understand that, but y'all got these cameras and they ain't working. Some like it ain't my fault. If something wrong with the system, something wrong with the safe, don't just blame it on me. Don't just put it on me, right? I'm fighting hard with the bullshit. So she like, yeah, but ultimately, you know what I mean? That's why we put names on the drawers. You're responsible for it. So, until we get the money back, we're gonna have to deduct from your check. I'm like, deduct how much? She say, we're gonna have to take about 200 until the balance is paid off. Now keep in mind, I tell this lady, I'm like, ma'am, sometimes I don't even get $200. My average check about 180. If I clear 230, I'm doing good. I'm like, that money ain't coming in like that. She like, well, how much can you afford to give back every week? I'm like, man, I'm gonna be honest. I'm like, I ain't really got it like that. I'm barely making it. I really can't be afford to be giving back something that I ain't even, I ain't even responsible for. I ain't even do. She say, I understand, but something has to be done. Something got to be done about this money. I'm like, well, I don't know what we're gonna do. She said, well, how much can you afford to pay back every pay period? I'm like, to be honest, I can't afford anything, man. My checks don't be that much. She like, well, can you afford to pay back $100 every pay period? I'm like, no, hell no. That's gonna take me. That's 12. Then you know how long? It's gonna take to do that. So that means for a long time ain't gonna be. I'm like, nah, I can't. I ain't gonna be seeing no money for a long time. I can't do that. She say, well, can you pay back $50? I'm like, I'm like, man, this costing me that just to get here and back. I'm like, nah, $50. I'm telling you, man. I literally can't afford to pay that back. She say, can you get back 25? I think about it. Now I'm thinking about it. I really don't want to do this, but I'm just putting on an act even in thinking about it. I'm like, all right, we'll do 25. She like, you can do 25? I was like, I'll do 25, every pay period. Every pay period. She said, until the sum is paid up. I'm like, all right, cool. She whip out her papers out her briefcase, slide them across to me. Sign right here, right here. All right, cool. I signed. I going back to work. I'm really kind of happy because I'm thinking like, damn, I should have been working. If I could goddamn hit the job and keep the job, man, I should have been in the workforce. You know what I mean? This shit's sweet, especially if they can't prove nothing, right? I go on by my business. I'm thinking the pay period come out in a couple of days, like 4 or 5 days later, pay period coming out. We had a check coming. When the check come, my check's supposed to be like 215 or something of that nature. When I get it, it's like 115. I go get CC off the rip. I'm like, hey, CC, what it is? She like, what happened? I'm like, they said they were gonna take $25 out my check. It got a deduction up under there for some kind of miscellaneous or some shit referring to the bullshit. But I don't, I agreed to $25. She like, let me see. I showed it to her. She like, yeah, that's it. That's it. I'm like, you were here. I signed for $25. She was like, hold on, let me call her. So she get on the phone. She called the regional manager lady. She get on the phone, regional manager lady. She like, yeah, I'm calling about Morris and this. I'm up here at store, such. And she like, yeah. She like, well, I know we agreed to take $25 out of his check, and they took $100 out. I got his check right here. They took $100 out of his check. Regional manager say, yeah, she had to speak to me. CC gave me the phone. I'm like, hello. She like, yeah, Mr. Morrison, I did run it by corporate that you said that you can afford to pay $25 a week, and it would take such and such amount of weeks until it's paid off. But She said they didn't agree with that. She said that wasn't enough for them, and they said the minimum they could do is $100, so it would have to be $100. I'm like, how y'all just gonna go make a deal behind my back after I done signed it? She like, I know, like the what we signed was just for us, but I still had to run it by corporate, and they didn't agree to it. Oh, I'm like, oh, it's all good. Don't worry about it. I appreciate it. I give CC the phone back. I'm walking out. As I'm walking out, CC come running from the back. She's like, John, where you going? I'm like, oh, it's over with. I'm like, you just saw what happened? I signed for $25. Them folks taking $100 out my check for some stuff I don't got no clue about. I'm like, it's over. It's over. I walked out that Taco Bell that day. I have never, ever, ever been back ever since. For no reason, not for food or nothing else. That was my Taco Beezy story, man. Again, I don't condone any of that. That could land you in jail. That, I'm gonna be honest. It was some sorry officers on that night, and even and nothing else, man. That's wrong. I'm not proud of that. That was wrong. That was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. But I do appreciate you guys allowing me to offload it on y'all. I done had my son, right? I done had my son. He's about 4 or 5 years old. If I'm not mistaken, this after I done got out of prison the second time, because I'm living with my son's mom. Um, I'm trying, and we on Camerton Road. I'm trying to get a job, man, and nowadays it used to be different when I used to be trying to get a job. Like when I got the Taco Bell job, I hit the block and went to every establishment until somebody was like, yeah, we looking for some help. Now it's more like on the internet. You get on Craigslist. So if I'm not mistaken, I got this job off Craigslist. I go to Craigslist, I see them say it say something attractive like hiring immediately, no job experience needed, um, pay every week, something. Everything that they said was kind of attractive, make me want to be like, let me see what this about, right? When I go on up there, it's a car wash. This is all way and done with it. I'm living on Camerton Road, and I got to catch I can't remember what that is. What bus that is on Camerton? 86. Is it the 86 Camerton? I got to catch the Camerton, go to with one station. Man, it been a while. I got to get on the 86. No, the 86 is Lithonia. But I got to get on, it's like the 83, something, that Camerton Road bus, and then it'll take you to that little, to the bus station down at the end. I can't remember. Anyway, then you got to jump on, you jump on the train, go to 5 Points. That's coming south, go to 5 Points, and then I got to go all the way north up to Dunwoody. So on a normal day, it's taking me, if the trip take an hour, if I can get there in an hour and 20 minutes, I done good. I mean, everything went my way. Like, soon as I got on the train, it was moving. Soon as I got on the bus, it was moving. I ain't had to wait on that. If I do an hour and 20 minutes, I was good. So mostly, I used to get on the bus and the train, put on a movie on my headphones or my telephone. I could watch a whole movie on the train ride just going up here. So I get up here. It's this car wash in Dunwoody. I can't. It's like it was in John Creek somewhere. Johns Creek. I think it's Dunwoody. Anyway, it was way up north, right? I had to pass Johns Creek to get to it. So when I get there, I could tell they doing like they doing everyday cars. Don't get me wrong, but most of the cars that come through are higher end cars, or Mercedes, BMWs, Jaguars. They had like the Cadillacs. They had really, really nice cars that used to come through there. A lot of times when the cars, like I started off as one of the men on the line. That means I'm vacuuming cars, and even being that in that low position, you got to vacuum that car. Then you got to jump in the driver's seat and pull it up to the next position, and the machine gonna take it through, and you done with it. It done been plenty of times where I done jumped in the car, like real talk. I done jumped in the car and couldn't move this some bit. I done jumped in cars where like BMWs, most of the time I'm used to your stick moving all the way up into reverse or all the way back. When you get into the BMW, they just click. You click it into gear. You click it, it goes up and then it come back. So it might click in the drive and then come back. But you used to it. Drive. You see what I'm saying? Reverse, whatever. This one you click it into there. I done jumped in the car, the Jaguars, they got the turn dial. I didn't know how to do. So it been plenty of times where I don't had to call the little Mexican boys like, hey man, come move this motherfucker. And then when I get in and I see them move it, I see how to do it then, right? I see how to move the car. I'm in there, man. They give me a little small brief interview. The lady running the lady running the car wash is a Mexican lady named Shanaz. Speak decent English, and she real kind of like underhand disrespectful. You know what I mean? She'll slide one by you. If you do something she don't like, she'll slide some of that Mexican shit by you, right? Some of that, that y'all talk and don't and won't, and then she'll act like you be like, what you say? She'll be like, huh? So the owner was named Dan. Dan was actually the son. Dan was like 7 feet tall. He had to be 400 pounds. He just a huge white dude, right? Real nice, real cool. Gave me a chance, you know what I mean? I can't tell if they were racist or not, but they were racist. Give me a chance, man. I'm vacuuming cars on the line. It became so when I moved into this house, this real talk. These right here. When I moved into this house, I had a box of these. It was an orange beat box. I don't got them no more. But I had a orange beat box, and I ain't gonna lie. I had no less than we're gonna say about. I had no less than about 200 lighters. Just lighters, just big lighters. Because from working at the car wash, again, I'm a vacuumer. I forgot what you call it, but I'm one of the first dudes the cars come to. So I'm talking about like every other car, every third car gonna have the heavy weed smell. Soon as you get the vacuum and you're gonna vacuum up all kind of chain, but it's gonna be lighters. It's lighters everywhere. I'm talking about if they a smoker, every car I'm getting 3 or 4 lighters. I don't touch anything that's on their console on the up top, but if it's under their seat and I'm feeling like they didn't forgot about it, it's mine. Only thing that's got any value to me is the lighters. I'm up there taking lighters, so like every day I'm bringing home 5 or 6 lighters. I done this for a year straight. I just got lighters and lighters and lighters for no reason. So I'm up there working at the car wash, man, and they had and every now and then it's this old man. He just come and just sit up there. He don't really say nothing to nobody. He just be mugging and just be looking, right? And come to find out, I saw Big Dan talking to him one day. I asked the Mexican boy who that is. They like, that's Dan. That's who this stuff really belonged to. That's Dan daddy. That's Big Dan. So I'm looking, this is just like an old shriveled up white man, just mean as hell, right? I say he mean as hell because one day I see him coming over there. He walking over like this. I'm on the line vacuuming the cars, right? I'm doing what I'm doing. And he already hunched over and he just walking over and he just kind of creeping over. And he walking this way, but he looking at us, what we doing. So when I see him coming, I pause what I'm doing because I don't know if he finna say something. And now that I know that he's Dan's dad, you know, it's just a little respect. So I pause what I'm doing to see if, you know, really just out of respect to see like what the fuck he want. I stand there, I'm looking at him like, how you doing, sir? He don't say nothing. He like, so we lock eyes for like a second, maybe 2 or 3 seconds. Then he like, well, don't just stand there and vacuum the cars. I'm talking about, man. I'm talking about, you know, 5 seconds of the first thing I ever heard this fucker say, you know, piss me off. I don't like him off the rip. I feel like, you know, that's the first thing he's saying to me. He looking at it like, I ain't paying you to stay around, vacuum, to stand around, vacuum the damn car. Just a rude old man, right? So soon as he walk off, I'm like, did him. I go back to vacuum in the car. Now I'm looking. I'm vacuuming the car, but I don't like him. I done put it in my head, you know, if I ever get the chance to go on across their head, I'm gonna take them down, right? So I remember this guy had come to the job, man, and he was the new detail man, because every car wash got like a little detail. You pay a little extra for that. You can get your car detailed, right? So he was a detail man, and he was pretty cool, man. And he telling me that he used to work for a dealership detailing the cars. That's where he used to got the real money at. They pissed him off. Now he up here. So he telling me that uh, at the dealership one day, he detailing one of the cars, and this is, you know, that's what's weird because he's detailing cars that have never been. They knew he's detailing new cars. He details the cars before they put them out on the lot. So I'm like, before you sell it, before they ain't had no driver, you detail it. Yes, and they were paying him a lot of money to do that up here in Clayton County, right? So he say, he detailing a car. I can't remember what car he said. It's some little SUV. He said he doing it, you know, with the detailing. They put the compressor on and everything. That blow the little crumbs out. You know what I mean? Even though there don't be none, but in the car, if it just been sitting, it might have picked up a little dander or dust. So they put the compressor on it, blow it out. He telling me he blowing this one car out. He blow the back seat. When he blow the back seat, the flap from the back seat come up. It's supposed to be sealed shut or stitched shut. He said when it come up, he can see that there's a envelope taped to it. He said he just when it come up, he see the white envelope taped to it and it go back down. So he said he grab it and lift the flap up and he see an envelope taped to it. He said he pulled the envelope off. He said he opened the envelope. He said they were all $100 bills. I'm like, what? He said, man, he said, I took the money out the envelope. This what he telling me one day while we smoking on break, on lunch break. We smoking on lunch break. He said, man, I took it out. He like, man, it was 1,700. He said, man, I told them folk right then, hey man, I just got a call. I got to go home. He said, on the way home, I called my wife, told her, hey, go and put your clothes on. We finna go to Red Lobster. We finna do this. We finna do that. Then the story he telling me, right? He telling me about his good days at being a detail man, or you know, the days he done came up, you know, doing detailing these cars. I'm sitting there thinking like, damn, because at the time, honestly, I ain't gonna tell no lie. $1,700 was a lot of money. Then I was working at the that car wash was paying. It was like $2.50, and I get paid off the tips. Anything I get tipped, that's mine. But I'm getting paid like $2.50 an hour. I'm working like 5 hours a day. Believe me, $1,700 was a lot of money. I remember the white boy. He used to pitch for the Braves. It wasn't like John, it wasn't Stamos or something like that, but it was before him. Real popular white boy. Was the pitcher for the Braves. I get his name in a minute. But he came through there in like a real big old, it was either a Jeep or F-150 or something. I remember it was a big old truck. And I mean, that thing was huge. It was like, it was already big, and then he had it lifted up on some tires and shit. So when I get out of it, when I get in it, I don't even know that this the white boy from the Braves, right? When I get in it, I'm talking about I got to climb in this truck. When I get in that thing, boy, this boy got a 357 Magnum like this him in the door. I'm talking about just holster. That bitch so big it made me nervous. So I jump back out that motherfucker. I'm like, hey, oh boy, he got he left something in the car that he might want to get before we get to working on it. They were like, nah, he come through all the time. That's just the picture for what. I'm like, okay, cool. So anyway, dude telling me about, you know what I mean, the story, he done hit 1,700. So now I get to the point where I'm actually looking for me a lick. For some reason, I had put it in my head that a lick was on the way. Some kind of come up. I had to convince myself like that I had a blessing on the way. And I don't know why. Then I felt like I manifested it, because I ain't lying to y'all. I really felt like after he told me that story about finding the 1,700, I really felt like I had something good on the way. So now I'm doing the same thing, man. Every time I get a car, every time I'm washing the car, I'm looking through the car. I'm looking through the car looking for I'm looking for my lick, right? My lick, like what he talking about. So one day I think I got it, but I know that ain't it, because this African dude come through the car wash, man, and when them like them could have been 08, 09, had to be like them 2015 or 16. It was like 2015 or 2016, but it was one of them 08 or 09 Jags. When they started looking real nice, right? That thing was fresh. He came through in one of them blue, like a midnight blue with the white interior, clean. Man, as soon as I get the doing this car, the first thing I do when I do somebody's car is push their driver's seat back. Soon as I push his driver's seat back, it's a fresh, crispy $100 bill. I'm talking about it's laying flat. That like he ain't got. It looked like they done popped the fireworks, man. Happy Memorial Day, y'all. It looked like it ain't got. It looked like it ain't never been folded, right? I see the Honda. I'm like, damn. I grabbed the Honda. That's off the rip, right? I do his car spick and span, cause I'm really looking for some more Hondas. I done found 100 in here looking like this, just sitting here by itself. It got to be some more. I go through his whole car while cleaning it. I don't find nothing else. Hey, no, I don't find nothing else, right? Man, I mess around and I don't find nothing else. I let it go through. I never hear nothing else about that, right? I want to say about a week later. About a week later, man, I remember this girl, she come through. It was a young white girl. Young white girl come through. She jumped out, said what she wanted for the car, and she ran in the building to go pay for it. I jump in the car to drive it up to the vacuum, and as soon as I jump in the car to drive it up to the vacuum, I see a mail wallet in the door. Look just like that. It's a mail wallet sitting here in the door. Now, what go through my criminal head is see what's in the wallet, because a female just gave me this car, which means this not hers. Boom, I'm looking, I make sure the coast clear. I grab the wallet. I barely grab the wallet. I do it like this. I'm talking about I only count nothing. As soon as I crack that bit, I see all bills. Boom, in my pocket. Hey, shut up. All bills, right? Boom, I drive the car up there. I do the works to it, drive it up under the building. When I drive it up under the building, there's a little bathroom off to the side that they got designated just for the workers. I go in the bathroom, I'm looking around, looking where I can hide something at. Take the wallet, I go up top, boom. I put it up top because you can stand on the toilet and damn near be in the ceiling. There was no ceiling in the car wash. I stand on the toilet, go up top, boom. I put the wallet up there. I come back out, I go to work. Now I'm smiling, I'm cheesing, everything cool because I know, it's like a Thursday or Friday. It's the end of the week, but I done got an extra payday, right? Everything goes smooth. I come out, the girl come out, she get her car and she take off. Again, I know that this is cool because, see, had it been a man and this was a man guy gave her that car, he'd have got right back in, been like, damn, I lost my wallet. Where my wallet at? He'd have jumped out that bit right then, like, hey, bro, I left a wallet in here. Which one of y'all, you know what I mean? Well, but I know that since this is a female's car, first of all, she not gonna notice it. So she gonna leave the scene, which means it could have happened now, it could have happened before now, it could have happened after, it could have, again, it could have happened at the car wash, it could have happened before the car wash, it could have happened after the car wash because this ain't her wallet. So, um, this is what I'm saying to myself is to why I know I done basically got away with it because she can't blame it on nobody. You know what I mean? She don't even know who done washed her car. By the end of that day, somebody had called. Somebody had called and asked a question like, "Hey man, did I leave a wallet there? Did anybody see a wallet?" Like the word came through and it was just easy. Like, no, no, no. Now the wallet's still up there in the bathroom and I don't even know what's in it. I'm like, no. What? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Um, I don't even know what's in the wallet, right? So I'm like, no, no. At the end of the day, when everybody trying to shut down, I go in there to use the bathroom again, grab the wallet, I'm gone. I keep the wallet closed just because I want to harbor the excitement. I keep the wallet closed damn near my whole ride home. Man, on the train, I just happened to open up the wallet. I look in there, all Hummers, it 4-1. I ain't gonna lie. Like when I first opened up that wallet, it looked like a gang of bills. It looked like a gang of bills, right? But when I'm opening it up now and pull it out, it's just 400. It's 4 of them new hungers. I'm like, damn, this ain't the lick I've been looking for. But boy, like shit, I'm working at a car wash. I ain't never made $400 up here. Boom, that's a good lick for me. I go home, I go bust my move. I never hear nothing else about it. The next day when I came in for work, the detail dude, he came up to me. He was like, "Hey," he was like, "Man, you ain't hear nothing about nobody finding no wallet." I'm like, "Finding a wallet?" He was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. Somebody lost a wallet up here yesterday." I was like, "Hell no! I wish I did. I wish I did know somebody about finding a wallet." I'm like, "Who? What happened?" He was like, "I don't know. Shit ain't nothing happened. They don't know where it's at. They just said they lost it up here. So shit, it's over with." I was like, "Yeah, that's over with, my boy." You know what I mean? And the crazy thing about this, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Like I said, when I was in my fucked up thinking days, I didn't think I was wrong. Like that, like in that instance right there, I didn't think I wronged that girl. I didn't think I wronged the whoever the wallet belonged. Cause once I got the wallet, you know what I mean? I fucked all the shit. You know what I mean? I got rid of that. But it never, no kind of moral, nothing ever came to me like, damn, bro, you gonna take from a man or you know what I mean, or this wrong, bro. I like maybe my conscious voice was completely dead. It was, this is what I need right now at the moment. You know what I mean? I'm not really sure, you know, what everybody else, got going on, but I know I need this right now. And it's here and I can take it and I can get away with it. And that's what I did. Um and if by any chance, if by any miracle, man, if you were them people who came through and I took that wallet, you know, reach out and let me know. No, hell no. That. No, never mind. Never mind. It's over with. It's over with. It's over with. Don't reach out. Don't even get in the comment section. It's over with. All right. Hey, look, y'all know I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. I hope y'all enjoy y'all Memorial Day. I got more coming up. Please like, subscribe, hit the share button. Y'all stay out of trouble, man. Stay out them folk prison. Stay out them folk jails. Like right now in Fulton County jails, they killing like niggas in prison. Yeah. Yeah. So you want to stay away from that, man. You used to be able to just go and do your time, come on home. It ain't like that no more, man. Hey, like and subscribe. I love y'all. Happy Memorial Day. Hit y'all with a little bonus real quick, man. Just cause y'all be staying down with me and I love y'all, man. Tell y'all about this nigga Mason. Uh Mason he got a car dealership over on Terra Boulevard. It's probably still there. Mason's Auto Sales or something like that. Now, um, man, I hate them old niggas. When I was young and I had, what I mean, my little PYT, I ain't gonna lie, cuz them old niggas always came in and they like I done told y'all this before, and y'all had a lot of comments about it. But them old niggas always come in and flex their muscle. They money muscle rather. They flex their money, and that's how they get your little PYT away from you. You know what I'm saying? So I fell victim to the game. It is what it is. It's all a part of it. I ain't tripping. And now that I'm 40 years old, of course I look at things differently now. You know what I mean? Now I wouldn't do something as dangerous as being trying to backdoor one of these little young boys about their little girl because I know how these young dudes is. But yeah, man, this I gonna give y'all this one. Y'all remember I done already told y'all the landlord was tripping. Landlord going behind my back on that bullshit, and so I went and bust all this shit up, right? So this was I can't remember if this is before or after that, but on one of them end of the year income tax time, beginning of the year income tax time, right? We getting a little money, so I gotta get in a stable place and a decent ride. The money only goes so far. We only got one son that we claiming, and I'm talking about me and my son's mom. We got one son we claiming. The income tax only goes so far. I ain't got no skills, and my hustle is limited. You know how it is. So before we know it, once we done put down the money for this, and that, a nice place, the money that we designated for the car done start running slim, right? So we go to Mason Auto Sales over on Terra Boulevard. Um, Mason only had a couple that I liked. I remember he had it was like a Maxima, a Nissan Maxima. That it was running. I was finna get that one, and we took it on a whole test drive. I kept it for like a day or two. Now, when I met Mason, he was cool. In my opinion, he was a cool dude. I'm just talking about his personality. Uh, you could tell he was from the Caribbean. Kept himself up. You could tell he was older. You could tell he was about his business. He had cars for sale. Uh, his own personal car that he used to drive was like a black on black S500. You know what I mean? S500, S550. But bit was nice. It didn't look like none of the cars he was selling out here, right? So, so like I said, he was nice. He let me even test drive the Maximum for like a day. He let me hold it for like a day. So Mason going to the car auctions, getting cars, coming back and fixing them, and then selling them. He got a Mexican in the back because I had bought the first car that I got from him was an Altima. For some reason, like if you don't have the Altima like if the shift ain't all the way, I'm talking about them old Altimas, them old bubble, them old round ugly motherfuckers, right? If the shift ain't all the way up in the pod, it wouldn't crank. At least mine wouldn't anyway. I thought something wrong with it. When you bring it back to the dealership, he just give it to the Mexican in the back. Mexican have it on time, right? So I'm dealing with Mason, man. I tell him I need a car. He okay. So this car right here, I can't remember the exact numbers, but we settled on it was a Ford like Taurus, a '97 Ford Taurus. It was real clean. The brakes were bad, but the car was clean. Car was decent, especially for like me, her, and my little son. Right? Had the cloth seats, the radio, the iPods were busting back then, so I could plug the iPod in. I used to jam. I used to be everywhere in a little Ford Taurus, right? So it was a situation to where it was like, say these were cash. Now these cash cars he's selling. So we're gonna say he wanted $3,000 for the Taurus. We're gonna say I might have been short. If I brought him like maybe 2,200 and I owed him like 800, something like that, right? It was a situation to where I was like, and again, I realize now that I was totally wrong for most of this situation. At least I'm taking the blame anyway. But you know what I mean? I got like 2,200. I'm about 800 short on the Taurus. So I go tell him like, look, that's the one I want. I want the Taurus. And I just pay you off. You know what I mean? Let me get the Taurus, and I just give you 400, then give you another 400. He like, cool, man. You know how it go. Then I'm young at the time, so to be frank, all of the obligations that I supposed to deal with him end up falling to the back. Now it wasn't no long time, but it was longer than we had agreed to. We gonna say like 90 days. It been like 90 days, and I ain't brought that man. He still got the title to the car, but I ain't brought him the last 800. You know what I mean? That I owe him. So we had uh I come up with an idea for some odd reason. I come up with an idea. I can't remember if this happened before or after. I literally can't. I'm just gonna put it before. So I don't know why she asked me. Like I said, we were in the middle of like trying to get jobs, and I don't know why she asked me. She was like, "I'm gonna ask Mason if I could work for him." And for me, what goes through my mind is like we went into that to buy a car, so I don't see where it would connect. Like, this needs some help, or this hiring, or anything like that. I'm like, where you see, room? She was like, maybe he needs some help at the office up there. I'm like, all right, I ain't hopeful on it. I'm like, all right, whatever, cool. Go on and do it. Go on and answer. Money is money. She asked this nigga that shit, and he was like, yeah, I hire you. You know what I mean? So now I'm thinking like, shit, go on get the money. Go on get the money. But I'm still looking kind of sideways because I don't know. I'm like, damn. I'm thinking like, damn, maybe I should have asked him, could I done something if he just hiring like that? But we know how it go. We know why she got the job, right? Like I said, I can't remember if it's before or after, but I think I owe this nigga the money. I think I owe him the money, and that may even be why he hired it. Maybe he hired her on some shit like, I'll hire her. I know y'all owe me money, so I can take the money off like that. Some kind of way, this nigga done became a daily part of our lives. She working with him. I'm thinking she going up to his little job, sitting in the front, talking to people who might be coming up trying to buy a car like we did. I called her one day and like she don't answer the phone. I'm like, what the hell? I call her again, she don't answer the phone. She ended up calling me later, like, I'm like, what going on? Why you answering the phone? She like, oh, I was driving. Driving? Where you at? I'm at a car auction. You at a car auction? The hell you doing at a car auction? Oh, he said he needed me to do this, and he said he needed me to do that. I'm like, all right, cool. I ain't tripping because, to be honest, we need the money. Now, I truly believe that there's some things that I don't know. And I'm totally fine with that. I don't give a damn. Now anyway, you know what I mean? But then it was wrecking me, right? So because when she ended up coming home that day, she tell me, she like, oh, she like, he had to go buy some cars from the auction, so he needed me to drive for him. He needed me to drive one of the cars. I'm like, cool. She say, on the way home, he had to stop by his house and get a key for one of the cars or something of that nature. I don't forgot what it was, but it probably been like a quick stop at the house because he needed to get something for one of these cars. And I'm thinking, now that shit set me off. That shit fucked me up, right? Because I'm like, I already know this nigga. I think it's the Benz. He got her driving his Benz while he doing whatever. He might be driving a record with all the cars he done bought from the auction. She driving his Benz behind that shit. Then they stop at his house to do something. Of course, if they stop at his house, I'm just imagining, but you already see the house. You feel what I'm saying? Then this ain't no telling where he probably single or ain't got nobody in the house. Is a big old, and then compared to my situation where we scrambling and scraping and owe you money, owe everybody money. I'm like, oh my goodness, you went to the house? She was like, yeah, but it was just for a second though. See, I already know them be the lies, right? I don't even trust the shit. I let it go. But it's always been in my head, like, there's more to this situation that I don't know. You know what I mean? It's always been in my head. I end up on I go to him one day. I can't remember if this is already in my head or not. But I end up going to him like, hey, I'm like, I need to bust a move. He's like, what you got in mind? I say, I need to, it was something I was trying to do. I can't remember, but I told him something like, I need to put money down on something. I can't quite remember exactly. But I'm like, if you give me the title to the Taurus, then I can go and pawn the title. I got the car. I go pawn the title. I can get about 2,000 for it. I'll bring you your 800 that I owe you. Then I can go handle my business. Then I get my title. It be on me. He like, man, I'm trusting you, man. I'm like, I know, bro. I know. And I, honestly, like, I think everything I told him then was sincere. So maybe it hadn't happened at that time, because I remember thinking like when I found out that she had been by the house, just I don't know what happened, no more than that, but just the fact that she knew where he lived, man, it's over with. I got the title to the car too. Fuck that, I ain't giving him nothing. Period. He playing on my top. You know what I'm saying? He playing, he bullshitting. But I don't know none facts. She ain't gonna say nothing. And if you ask my opinion now, rightfully so. You know what I mean? She wasn't gonna say nothing. She never have. And it's all good. I remember that was the end of that story. So for the most part, I end up taking about $800 from Mason because that's still what I owed him, and I still end up getting the title. And I pawned it, got some more money, did some more shit. Just a whole bunch of entanglement, and I never end up paying that man. And that was dead wrong. Now, unlike what I was finna say on the last one, like I know where he at. Hey, listen, there's no way. You know what I mean? There's no way. I feel he with that old money flexing bullshit too. So yeah, I just kind of let that one go. Man, I was over in me and my best friend had a house. Well, really, it was their house, my best friend and his nephew, and then they let me get a room over on Dogwood in Decatur. And she ended up falling on hard times. And reached out to me. It was the beginning of my rise. This was right when I just started doing good for myself, right? She reached out to me, needed somewhere to go, and I let her come over to the house, to the crib, because she got my son. I ain't gonna let her be out there on the street. And I remember, man, one day we out there smoking, we chilling, we out in the driveway, my son in the thing playing. And we just out there for no reason. We smoking, whatever, and her car parked in the street by the mailbox. So I can't remember what, because I had I had a Dodge Ram out there parked on the street too. So maybe I went to my Dodge to get something, or for whatever reason, I went back I went back there, and she asked me to do something to that car. That's what it was. She asked me to do something to it. It was either change a tire or check something or do something. I had to check something under the hood. I go look at the front of the car, the front light, the front, the tag, the vanity plate say Mason's Auto Sale. This is about this was a long time ago. Now I'm talking about what I'm telling y'all now, but at this point in time, it's about 5 years since we had done, since I had ran off with the man money, right? It's been like at least 5 years. So I instantly got 400 degrees again all over. I'm like, because I'm working on it, I'm like, what the I'm like, where does car come from? Instant argument. She like, why you ask me that? I'm like, you know why I asked you that? Where you get the car from? She was like, man, won't you mind your business? Don't be asking me where my car come from. You can't just do the just fix the guy. I slammed the motherfucking hood. Boom! Man, this car. Ask Mason to fix it. You know what I mean? Tell Mason to fix this motherfucker. And that was it. We had a whole argument. She sped off then. And I'm sitting here thinking, and that was like 5 years after I had done already closed the door on the situation. I done closed the door on the situation. I feel like it's some shit that I don't know. I feel like, damn, you know what I mean? You done went by this nigga house. You feel me? Been dipping in my pudding, man. Been goddamn, you know what I mean? With my PYT, right? I ain't even tripping. And you gonna come back and ask me to, like, I done rolled in this motherfucker before. You know how disrespectful that shit is? And I remember what I was feeling then was, I done took from this man. Now money be different. So to a nigga like that, like $500, $800, he probably looking at like that, like ain't no real money, ain't no money to be getting in trouble about. And that's cool, I agree. But you don't know what's in people's head, and you don't know how they feel. So he could be feeling like, your baby daddy got me. You know what I'm saying? Then you come back to me talking about you need a car. Man, I'm finna drag your monkey ass, because guess what? I would. Yeah, you damn right I would. Your baby daddy been on some bullshit. I was cool with that punk ass, he ran off. Not only am I gonna stick rod in this little broad, I'm gonna got if I can catch him down better. Like, I know everything. I know where your son is. I know her weakness. She been telling me about you everything. You feel me? So that's how I'm thinking. I'm like, man, I done already fucked this man over, and you done became his friend. Like, y'all good friends? Oh man. I determined in my head, like, this bitch is deceitful. This bitch is, she like that. But in all honesty, in all actuality, them were my dog ass ways. You know what I mean? A lot of that, man, listen, I had so much bullshit in me. And man, I had so much bullshit in me that I really didn't know that it was bullshit. I probably was doing folk wrong and didn't realize. Moment of clarity. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Please hit that like button, man. Go on, share, subscribe. I'm out of here.